What's going on, everyone? Guys, we are doing a live replay of last night's training, guys. This training, once again, is how to run Facebook ads and get buyer and seller leads without wasting your money. So once again, guys, it's going to be a replay of it all right now, live. So I'm going to throw this in. I'm going to set it up right now. And I'm going to invite a ton of people into this. And then I'll come back later on, answer any questions you have, guys. So as this training goes on, constantly be asking questions. Be wondering what's going on, things like that. So I'm actually going to set this up right now, and we're going to run completely through it. It goes about 5 minutes into it before it really gets going, or as in, like, we started recording a little bit too late, which isn't a problem at all. So, guys, give this some likes, give it some hearts, share it out to friends, whatever it is. But we're about to do a training replay right now of this, and I want you guys to take a look. So I'm going to set the video up right now. So if you missed the training last night, once again, this is going to be a replay of it all. So tune in, guys. Stay tuned right now, and I'm going to set this all up for us.
So what I wanted, and actually, Dan, we just started the
for you really quick.
So
let me just look in.
make sure that we do that too. See, this is what happens when you do things live. But this is great. So this is they missed out on all the goldness. But what's wonderful about Facebook is that it is really this place where people are hanging out, right? We talked about 60% of people are hanging out there. So by you going there, you can actually create this presence. So I want to show you guys just some examples of people who have crushed it. And I've mentioned some people, and I think they're on this call, so hopefully they don't mind me sharing it with you, because they've been the heroes of these things, right? And I think about Anna Ramos, and Anna, I think you're on the call, right? So I want to give a shout out to you. She was in our boot camp here. But check this out, right? She had one picture that she posted that I believe at the time of the picture had like something like 100 or so interactions or 100 or so engagements. I mean, it was really like this. It had 135 likes, right? So let me tell you what that means, right? That means that's like her going to a party and having 135 people come up to and give her a high five, right? Like if 135 people gave you a high five and they gave you a high five and it was about, Anna had this amazing picture where it's her next to this house, right? So it's letting people know that she's an agent. All of a sudden, those people now know that Anna's an agent. Those people now, if they have agent questions, are going to think about her the next time they have questions. Next time they think about wanting to refer somebody, they're going to think about Anna. And so what that means is that Facebook is also going to continue to show your future statuses, your future posts to those people who engage on your stuff. So remember, do likes matter? Do comments matter? Not really, but they are a start, right? Facebook is like the start. Facebook is at the very beginning of the process. It's it's like you can think about your Facebook profile like a living and breathing business card, right? Like if you think about your business card, like your business card just sits in their desk, right? It just sits in there. It just takes up space. It gets old in their wallet. But what if your business card proactively, showed up and waved at them and said hi, right? What if your business card could show them all the cool things that you are doing, right? So that's the way that you want to think about Facebook is this opportunity to be able to, highlight your what am I saying? Highlight your personality, highlight your business, highlight your characteristics. And now it's up to 150 plus. She still gets comments and discussions about it, and she's got a few leads, right? So remember, at the beginning, this is just, these are all things that we can do, right? So shout out to you, Anna. That's awesome, okay? So personal profile is huge. So let's give you a couple of tips on personal profile, right? So let's give you some couple of things. One thing that we're going to go over in our course is a thing called targeted adding. And you can go through and you can actually, what's great about Facebook is it's really, really awesome, and it's also kind of creepy as well. Now, the creepy part we have to get over if we're going to be a marketer. If we're going to be a business owner, we have to kind of get over that. And what we can do is we can actually go through, and the thing is that we could find really anybody that we wanted. So if I go in here and I search people, let's just see, let's see if I can go in here. I can just click, there's a friends tab. Where is it over here? So if I go over here on the left, I can actually look at I can just like explore people, right? And I'll tell you the best thing to do is to go in and start with someone that you know, right? So find a friend, right, that is kind of like your ideal client, right? And what you want to do is you go in here, and I picked Dan because let's just say Dan's like my ideal client, and I've got 242 mutual friends with Dan. So what I can do is I can go through these people, I got 242 mutual friends. So that's a great place to start, but I can also see all of Dan's friends, and I can go through, and if I'm not friends with them, I can go through and add them too. Now, I know this at first seems kind of weird, but don't you think that knocking on a door is kind of weird? Don't you think that like sending people, like it's just as weird, right? So no, I don't think that it's weird at all, right? This is just the 2018 door knocking. This is just the 2018 direct mail. This is just the 2018 handshakes, right? And more people are being willing to accept your friend requests. Now, here's the next part, okay? Here's where people go wrong, okay? It's not about sending them, it's not about adding them and then immediately sending them your link or immediately sending them your business page. Or, don't do that. In fact, I would encourage you not to do that. What I want you to do is I want you to do what we call value posts, right? And those are really engaging posts. I want you to just kind of, I'm going to use myself selfishly as an example because just my last few, posts, I'll show you what I mean. But it's funny when I got into marketing, and I got into kind of, I grew up in the sales world, in the direct sales world. And so I used to have to hound people to buy my stuff. And I just want to share with you, like, what you can do is you can, utilize your profile to get in front of people. And so you can see here, if I'm providing valuable content, I'm going to get people to like it. I'm going to get people to engage with it. Now, why does this matter? Because people are going to see it more, right? Like think about this. Here's a lead. Now, I have a little bit different of a business on my personal profile, but I've had 45 leads comment on it. So I'm actually getting leads directly from my page. And look at this. I'm not talking, there's no links or anything like that. What I'm doing is I'm creating valuable posts, right? I'm creating valuable posts for people that would engage with it. So let me share with you. Here's the golden rule, okay? For value posts. You want to post about what your audience, or I'm going to say what your clients are thinking about, okay? So if you decide that you want to use your personal profile as a means of generating leads, okay? If you want to do that. Now you may decide that, Hector, I don't want to use my personal profile for it. Okay, wait for the next one, right? Wait for the next couple of sections. But if you decide that you want to use your personal profile to build your brand, to build your business, because it's like digital door knocking, that's the great thing about door knocking, is it's free. My cousin, who out here in Southern California just became a real estate agent, and he's already closed he's already done 6 transactions in the last 2 months. As his first 2 months as an agent. How? Because every single day he's out there hustling, knocking on doors, like every single day for like 5 to 6 hours a day he's knocking on doors. Now, I love him. Dude's a hustler. I'm not going to do that, right? I'm just not going to go outside that much. But I will spend 5 to 6 hours building a brand on Facebook, knocking on quote unquote doors by friend requesting on Facebook, because it's the same thing. Except the people who answer the door, quote unquote, are able to see me again later, right? So that's the thing, is you want to post what your clients are thinking about. And then after that, right, you can follow up with people who are interested, right? And then you follow up with people, right? And you by creating these value posts, now I've got leads. Now I've got 68 people, and I've got a starting place. I've got a starting place to be able to start this conversation, right? So there's all these people who have liked my stuff, where now if I message them, I'm not coming out of the blue. If I message them, I'm not coming out of I'm not just being totally random, right? The other thing after this that I'll share with you is to comment, right, personably on other people's posts, right? If you comment like actually, once people accept you, because there will be, let's see, if you add, like just like door knocking, if you knock on 10 doors, one of them will answer. If you friend request 10 people, probably 3 of them will accept it, 3 or 4 maybe. And out of those 3 or 4, right, if you can comment on those people's posts, if you can actually say, oh my goodness, I've been there, or oh my goodness, have you tried the lobster there, or whatever it is, or do you know Mrs. So-and-so, you create, you actually act like a human being and not just send them a link to your business page, then you can start to create real relationships. So this is just a way for you to build your, what we call a personal brand. Okay. All right. Let's see, Dan, was there any questions that you thought came up on that? Because I know I kind of went through a lot of stuff on there, but
yeah, I know. I've been asked you to use your personal page or business page. You said to hold off a minute there, so I don't know if we're at that point yet.
So I use we use both, right? We use both, and some people, they have this very clear hesitation against using their personal page, because they're like, Facebook is for friends and not for business. And it's like, I totally hear you, but most of the time, real estate agents, to be honest, when they're at parties, they're working the room anyways, they're networking. And so I hear you, but now there is a way that is not, because a lot of people think that you have to be spammy in order to generate business on Facebook. But I just showed you that, how I am not spammy, right? This is the way that you're not spammy and generate business by asking thoughtful questions, by posting valuable stuff, by giving valuable content, right? These are ways that you can start to do that through your personal page. All right.
Totally. Jennifer says digital door knocking, that's great too. Yeah, Jennifer, it's definitely, it's nice. It's, something you get, late at night or something like that, go on your friends, start friend requesting them, really get into that. It's super, super helpful.
Yeah, and it's not weird anymore. I think people get over the fact that it's like, they think that it's weird, and it was weird 5 years ago, right? It was, but today it's not. And the reason is that people are increasingly seeing the value of these online connections. And just like you would have never bought something online 15 years ago, or you would have never dated someone online 10 years ago, or like you would have or you would have never gotten into someone's, a random person's car 5 years ago. Like, all these things are changing. And so we just have to be, we have to be willing. And you may say, I'm not going to do that. And that's totally fine. Stick around where we talk about how to get paid leads and utilize, ads, because that's another thing as well. Trevor says, hashtag not weird. Cool, Dan. Did we hit it all?
Question-wise, Denise goes, is there a way to add people just through your business page without having to friend them on your personal page first?
Yeah, so that's what we're going to talk about on the paid side.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's definitely the paid side. So two of the things I want to hit quickly. The first thing is the Facebook Marketplace. And this is, I think, a game changer, because Facebook is swooping in on Zillow. So I was doing some research here, and just check this out. Like, they literally have a tab that's properties for sale. Like right here is like it's just free advertising for you to be able to post. And here's the thing. If you have a listing, you throw it up here, and all they have to do is they'll scroll through their feed, and they just have to hit a button, and it'll let you know that they're interested, and you can follow up with them through Facebook Messenger, which is exciting. You can actually, it'll allow you, if you go through, you can join what are called buy and sell groups. So you can join all the buy and sell groups, and you can actually, when you post these things, it'll allow you to automatically post to these groups as well. So, I mean, I've had some people that I've seen literally get hundreds of people in on this stuff. Now you're like, oh, I don't have a listing, I don't have whatever. Who cares? Do a buyer's guide, right? Like look at this. There's this find your dream home. I don't know what they're offering, but it's free here. So let's check this out. It's buy your dream home today with 0 down. Don't wait any longer, right? I'd imagine they're just giving information, right? So what you can do is you can put together a little buyer's guide or a seller's guide or 5 tips to buying in your area and create a little picture and a graphic, and boom, right up there, right? So this is just a huge area of opportunity that if you are just not utilizing it, like it's just, it's free. It's free stuff. It's free stuff. Is my sound still coming in, guys? Can you guys still hear me? Let me know. Terry, I'm sorry that the sound's not coming in. So Jennifer, so what you can do, so if I do, okay, so let me see if I can pull this up here. I'm going to see new share, and let's see, new share. Oh no. Let's see. So if you pull up I'm going to try and do it on my phone because I think that's going to be the easiest thing to do. So if I go in here and let's see if you guys can see. All right, there it is. So in the middle on my Facebook app is this Facebook Marketplace right here in the middle. Okay. Now you can see here at the top, I've got a bunch of things, right? If I click that purple one that says home, it's going to take me here, right? And what you can do is you can say, what are you listing? And I can say housing for rent, right? And let's just say, that's weird, but here's my fiance's wedding dress. You can say I'm doing it for sale, yada, yada, yada. Go through all this. Housing type, let's say it's a house. Bedrooms, 1 bedroom. Bath, 1 bath. Square feet, I don't know, let's say it's small. Year built. Let's do next. I can include a location. I don't know. Let's just do there. Okay, next. Set the price. Let's just do that. Here it is. Let's do that. Okay, now right here, here's the answer to your question. What I can do is I can go through and it'll allow me to choose all these groups right here that allow me to post automatically to these other groups that I've joined. So you just click and I can just go boop, 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 and I can just add all these different ones right in here as well. So this is the answer to your question about how do you automatically post them, and hopefully that helps you as well. That was right there on Marketplace. And some groups are absolutely very strict, and some groups are not. But if there are housing groups, right, I would go in and find the housing groups, and I would find the ones that are open to that stuff, because there are plenty of groups that you can do that. Cool. So that's Facebook Marketplace. That's how you can utilize that. And you can also go in there and start to just even, connect with other people in that as well. The last is Facebook groups, right? And so if we go in here, let's see, did I pull up the groups? So what you can do is you can go in here and, I'm going to click groups from my homepage. And what I'm going to do is and we covered this in our, I believe we covered this in the 12 days. But what you can do is you can actually search for groups that are in your area, right? You can actually search for groups that are in your town. And I don't know why why my internet is going so slow here. But it'll actually allow you to search for your particular area and find different groups that are in your particular location. And you can join buy and sell groups there. You can join different local groups. You can join different niche groups. But like I'm out here in Los Angeles, so let's just say, if I go to Discover, there's lots of groups that you can do this way, or you can search your area in here as well. So lots of different ways that you can do that, and you can go through and find groups that match your particular interests and niche and stuff like that. Dan, did we miss any questions on that? I want to get to the next couple of parts because we've had some people who have some questions about paid ads and stuff. So, was there anything that I missed?
No, a lot of engagement in here, guys. Keep it up, by the way. Loving the engagement.
Yeah, guys, we're going to be giving away a free consultation to the person who's the most engaged on this stuff. We'll have to announce it a little later because actually, I don't know that we can run the software right here on live. But what you can do is you can go in here and you can search your neighborhood and your area, and you just search by groups, and you can go through and there's all these groups in here, and you're like, okay, well, this is great. Well, what you can do is you can join these groups, and I would encourage you to do that. But what it also allows you to do is it allows you to see all these members. So here's a great way that you can find people that you can go through and add, right? So if I'm going to be targeting people, I'm going to go through and I want to find my ideal clients and add them, right? And you can repeat the process and rinse and repeat. And we, in our Facebook group, in our course, are actually going to talk about how you can also create a group, right? Because there's a lot of power in creating a group, and then how you can go in and generate leads from groups. So that's big. Jennifer says, "Wow, working smarter, not harder." What do you I'm curious. What made you say that? What's smarter and not hard? Let me know, Jennifer. So, Dan, do you think do you want to add anything about Facebook groups or anything that you think would be helpful there?
No, yeah. I mean, Facebook groups, guys, the only quick tip I guess I have, and a pet peeve of mine, is don't force add people too when you are doing it. I know that's a big thing. I was force added to a group last night. I did not like it. I was very turned off by it. So if you are going to say force add somebody, ask for their permission first. That way you think about them and things like that. So that's one of my biggest tips when it comes to growing a group.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about there is definitely wrong ways to do Facebook and there's right ways. And that's one of the reasons that we're doing this. And then that's one of the reasons that we're even going to, release the course, is because there's a lot of, tactics of, okay, how do I do this? Who do I add? What do I do after that? All that kind of stuff. So awesome. Any questions, guys, about free leads? And David says, what is force adding? Yeah, that's just when you add someone to a Facebook group without asking them. That's really what it is. Let's see. Jennifer says, because you're finding like-minded people in the same place and it's like shooting fish in a barrel. You're absolutely right. Martin says, would you recommend a Facebook group about city or town you are farming or a community page? If I'm doing a group, right, I want to create I would do both, right? So I would go in and find all the groups that are already created about my area. And then if I'm going to create a business or a community group, I would also do that, and I would create a community business page that goes along with it too. And what we're going to talk about in the course is how you can go and siphon, and how you can go and not steal, because that sounds like a weird word, but how you can go and use all the other groups that are in your area to build your own Facebook group, so that you can quickly become an expert as well. So iPhone says, how much will the course be? It'll be 100% of your commissions for the next 5 years. No, I'm kidding. Stick around to the end and we'll talk all about that if you guys want.
And guys, also, if you're getting any type of value about this, learning something new, just comment yes or throw in the chat. Would love to really know what your guys' thoughts are so far through it. I want to make sure you guys are getting some good takeaways.
Cool. All right, so we're about halfway in, guys, and I want to talk about what maybe got you guys here, and that is the paid aspect of Facebook, because that maybe is the sexy aspect and the thing that most people want to, really why they want to leverage it. And I share this because I know that a lot of agents know that they're supposed to be on Facebook. They know, they've heard it at all the conference, they've heard it all the trainings, they've heard it all the meetings. I know I'm supposed to be on Facebook, I know I'm supposed to be on Facebook, but what the hell am I supposed to do? Or how do I do it? Or I do it and it doesn't work. And I'll share with you, there are 3 pillars to what we essentially, are to running Facebook ads, right? There's 3 pillars to running Facebook ads. And so I'll share with you those 3 pillars and what we do with our clients and what we do, what we're going to teach people in the course as well. So the first pillar of running Facebook ads is to create a compelling offer. And one of my mentors, Dean Jackson, he's someone who has taught real estate agents for decades how to market themselves, and really, like what Jennifer says, work smarter and not harder. And one of the things that he has kind of preached is to make an offer and not simply be available. And what I mean by that is, if you think about a college professor, when they did office hours, almost no one ever showed up to office hours, right? Because they said, I'm available. If you have questions, just come and ask, right? And the challenge with that, though, is that no one ever showed up. No one ever came because they were just available. But all of a sudden, if that teacher made an offer, if that teacher made, said that they were going to give the first answer to their, to the test, or they said that they were going to give a question, to the final or whatever it was. Well, all of a sudden, even the lazy kids showed up to the office hours. And so the reason I share that is, too many times real estate agents, they just say, oh, I'm available. Oh, if you want to see the house. Oh, if you have questions. or they, and they don't actually make a compelling offer that makes someone want to click on it, right? So the first thing that I would share with you is to find a way that you can create some sort of compelling offer for the people that you're going to run ads to, right? Whether that be, a free, like you come in and do free pictures, for them, or whether it is like I've seen one agent, and I imagine it was a small area, but one agent offered coffee, and they said, "Hey, I will buy you coffee," right? Just come hang out, we'll have a chit chat, and I will buy you coffee, right? Like something like that, right? But too many times when people just say, "Are you selling your home?" right? Do you want a buyer's consultation, a home seller's consultation? If they just say, here's, your home's value, that's not compelling enough for people to click, and not compelling enough for people to take action. So the first thing is to really understand that you need to find a compelling offer that you can offer, right, to your people. And maybe that compelling offer is, it could even be, it doesn't have to be worth any money. Maybe that compelling offer is 10 homes in your area that are available and for sale that are one story and under a certain price. Maybe that's compelling. Maybe that people are looking for affordable homes, and that there's a lot of, older people, older, buyers in your area, or, older homeowners, and they're looking, to move into a one-story home. And so you can create, and because that's what's valuable to them, you create that compelling offer. Or maybe that people love beachfront property, or maybe that people love things with pools, or like whatever it is, but you want to create an exciting offer that when someone is scrolling through their feed in Starbucks, that when someone is bored, when they're waiting for their kid to finish up their practice or whatever it is, when they're scrolling through, they actually say, "Oh, I want to learn about this. I want this." And they actually make, they take that action. So that's the first thing, is find some sort of compelling offer. Does that make sense, guys? And I'm curious for you guys, what can you guys offer that is going to stand out in your area? What are you guys going to, what can you guys offer that's going to allow you to be able to stand out to those people? Because if you think about it, on a news feed, there's tons of stuff on a news feed. I mean, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of businesses trying to get this person's attention on the news feed. So what's going to make you stand out? And so let's get into this, and let's kind of share how simple this stuff can be, right? Because let's look at this right here, and let's take a look at what we're currently doing with one of our ad campaigns here. All right. So let's go in here, and I want to do Messenger ad effectiveness. So I'm going to go this because we run all of our stuff on Messenger. And so let's take a look at this, and here's what I mean by this, right? Take a look at this. When people are scrolling through this, 10% of the people who see our ad click on it. Think about that, right? 10% of the people. That means 1 out of every 10 people who see that ad click on it. Usually, people are excited to get between a 1 and 3% click-through rate, right? If you have 1% of your people click on an ad, that's really, really exciting, right? But we are able to get 10% of people to click on it. Now, I'll share with you why. It's not that hard. It's not that crazy, right? What we do is we provide something that's valuable, right? And we provide something, and you can see here, this is actually out in Ben's area, but we said South OC residents were trying to help as many families find their dream home in Orange County. So we put together all the single-story homes in all these different areas. And so if this is a carousel ad, and so what they can see is they can see single-story homes in particular areas in their neighborhood. And so this, for some reason, is very appealing, right? And what's awesome is that it has a 9 relevance score. So what that means is that it's very, very, you can see here, relevance score states how well you target your audience and how well they're responding. It's shown after you've only seen a certain amount of impressions. And so what this means is that we are putting something in front of people that they actually want, right? So Anna says a restaurant to offer free appetizer and post it as a gift, right? So awesome. Like I love that. That's really cool. If you can offer them a free appetizer for getting on your list or getting on your drip campaign, Like, how cool is that when you can really, that's something that's enticing. And then in your follow-up, you can find a way to be able to find the ones that are actually motivated to buy or sell, or you can leverage that to get referrals to people who are motivated to buying or selling. All right, cool. So any questions on offer? Any questions on compelling offer? I think that would be, what we talked about was just kind of an overview of how to think about running your ads. Contests are great, right? You want to think about how can you do something different? Dan, anything you want to add on that?
No, to be honest, you covered that really, really well.
Cool. So the second thing that we talk about is an eye-catching ad, right? And let's get into this. Let's show another one in here. And we had to turn off another one because we were sending our client too many leads, and he's getting married, so we had to turn him off here. But let's check this out, okay? You can see here we're getting leads for just over $1, and we've generated over 400 leads, right? And let's just take a look at what the ad looks like, because once again, it's nothing crazy, right? It's nothing special, but we did a couple of things here. So I'm actually going to pull this up on my phone, because what I want to share with you is that 9.5 out of 10 people, 95% of your people, better, is a better way to say it, are going to see your ad on their phone, right? If not more, depending on how old you're targeting. 95 to 97, if not more, percent of people will actually see your ad on their phone. So you want to build your ads for mobile. You want to build your ads so that they are optimized and look good on your phone. So let's take a look at this here, okay? So you'll see a couple of things. The first thing I want you to know is that it is a carousel ad, okay? We love carousels. People love to swipe, because what it does is it gets them to stop, and if you can get them to stop, there's a larger chance. Oh, sorry guys. There's a larger chance that they're going to. There's a larger chance that they're going to click, right? And if you use a carousel ad, you're going to stand out on the news feed. So that's the first thing that we want to show you, is that we use a carousel ad. The second thing that we do is we just use generic pictures of homes in the area, right? We're not advertising any particular homes. We're not putting any addresses or anything like that. And so you can use homes that you've sold in the past. We really just want to find pictures that are going to look like homes that they are going to recognize, right? A couple of other things that we've put in here. You'll notice that we always call out the neighborhood. So it says Bowling Green residents, right? Because this is ran. Guess where we ran it to? Bowling Green, right? We ran it to that city or that area. And so you want to make sure that you call out your people, right? Call out your area as much as possible. We use a lot of emojis, right? We like to keep the text readable. It's digestible. You'll notice it's broken up into 3 kind of separate spots. And we also tell them to act quickly. We say, because at these prices, they're not going to last on the market, right? We just give them a little extra reason to click on it, right? Now, I'll share with you what happens when they click. This is what happens. They get taken to their messenger, and it says Bowling Green Homes, right? And so they click this button right here, and then they're able to browse the homes on their website right there on their phone. So they're able to see it, they click that button, and then they get taken to our client's website where they're able to browse all the homes right on here. Now, what's going to happen is in about 2 minutes or so, maybe about 5 minutes, this system is going to follow up with them and say, hey, when are you thinking about moving? And so this is actually how we leverage what we call chatbots and what we leverage, in our follow-up to be able to convert these leads automatically, right? So that's kind of the system of how it works. And it says, are you able to show those homes that are listed by other realtors, right? We're not actually, I believe the rules, and you have to look at your rules in your area, but I believe the rules are about advertising particular homes and advertising, making it that known that that's the home you're advertising. We're not advertising any particular homes here, because if they click the pictures on this link, they're not actually going to go to any of these homes. We sometimes will use homes that the agent has listed. So you want to make sure that you are using homes that, pictures that you follow the rules and things like that. But you don't have to get too particular on those stuff as well.
So,
And
you said, Hector, how long would it take to learn if you're basically stupid novice to the internet?
This can be done. The great thing is that in 6 to 8 hours of going through, step by step how to do it, you could learn how to do it. Now, how long it takes to implement and execute, is a different story. But that's why we made the course, that we're coming out with afterwards, is really to kind of flesh out all of these processes as well. So, it can be done. It just takes some commitment. And, the thing is that it's only going to get more complicated. It's only going to get more complex. So if you plan on being in the real estate industry, over the next 5 years or so, at least if you're going to be here for that long, then it's worth it to spend the time here learning this stuff, because it's only going to get more complex. It's only going to get more expensive as well. So,
Trevor asked 432 leads over how long of a period of time? How long did that take us again?
A month and a half. So it was about 50 days or so. Mobile is better. And, so Denise says, how do they get the home? So our chatbot is actually, so let's go into it. So we talked about this. So any questions on the ad? Because what we're going to move into here is we're going to move into the consistent follow-up. Right, we're going to move into the follow-up stage, and we're going to show you kind of a peek behind the screen of this. So let's take a look at here, and I don't think Adam will necessarily care about us bragging about some of his results. So let's go through here and let's show you how it worked. And we started running this. Let's see, here, and let's go to here, and so you guys can see. It was since October. We took a little bit of a break here over the holidays, and then we turned them on again. And so now we're up to 565. You can see here total, we had about, how many do we have? That's a weird number for us to have on subscribers. But you can see here, all of these people get stored in this, what we call, chatbot. And so you can see here, there's all these different people who have come in. And so we can see all the Russellville, all the Bowling Green buyers are right here, and all the Russellville buyers are right here. And so these people, we can go in and we can see who's going to be buying over the next year. We can see who's going to be buying over 6 to 12 months. We can see who's buying over the next 3 to 6 months, and we can see who's buying, who wants to buy ASAP. And so all of these people get stored right in here in our follow-up. And what we're able to do is we're actually able to send these people messages and, ask them different things. And so all of this, to say that we go through here and let's see, I can even show you in here what we have them do is we actually can ask them questions, right? So we can ask them questions. Hey, can you give me as much detail about your ideal property? Got it. We ask for their email or their phone number, whatever they want. And then we add, certain information, and then that info gets shipped off to Lion, Lion Desk or whatever CRM that you use. So here's how we take people, and what we do is we go from the ad, and they go from here, and then they go into this system over here, and then out pop the ones who are actually, excited and stuff like that. Anna says, do I link to a landing page or 100% Facebook? We go through the what's the word I'm looking for? We go through the bot, and then we just link it to their IDX. So you'll notice right here, all it is it's just linked to their website. And so if I click that one, you'll see that it'll just show up on their website. And I just pre-searched the area and took the URL and plugged that into the button. So when they click it, they just get taken to their website. So if you have a website, they pair really together, really, really, really nicely together. Andy says, how many have I closed in the last year? I'm not an agent. I just show you guys how to do this stuff. You guys. Oh. That's supposed to come later. That's funny. So does that make sense about the follow-up, Anna? Anna says, awesome. Hopefully that helps you in terms of the follow-up and understanding what they do. Cool. So guys, this is the this is the key here, right? Is really creating an offer and creating a compelling offer. You notice that we didn't offer, like, our agents didn't want to do anything like crazy. So we said, okay, how can we find something that's compelling that we can link up that is really free and easy? And so we found certain homes that were under a certain price, or we ran, for sellers, we ran, neighborhood or market listings, right? We ran, what else did we do for sellers? Another thing for sellers, if you're willing to spend a little more money here, is running a social proof campaign. So one thing that we did is we had an agent who sold a home in, let's see if I can pull this up because I think this will be, might be helpful to share. We had an agent who sold a home in an area. And so what we were able to do is we were able to run kind of a social proof ad that showed what she was, kind of what had happened essentially, right? And she had gotten a bunch of offers and a bunch of, got the seller a bunch of stuff over their asking price. So here it said, home sold, 1.6 million in 6 days, received 26 offers, right? $450,000 over asking price. Here's another ad that you can run, and this is going to be a little more targeted. And so once again, once they get into your system, you follow up with them, you ask them questions, and you get the information of the ones who are actually excited about that. Trevor, people are crazy. It is what it is. It is what it is. So that's what I want to share with you guys, is create a compelling offer and making sure that it is something that people are going to want to click on, right? Then we talked about the eye-catching ad, using pictures, using emojis, using carousels, calling out the area, making it digestible, right? There is a big difference between writing a Craigslist post and writing a Facebook ad. So you need to know the difference of how to write a Facebook ad, because it's not a Craigslist post. And then also the follow-up. And we talked about it through chatbots, but there are lots of ways, right, that you can utilize systems like Zapier to pull all the leads out of if you guys use landing pages or if you guys use lead forms, you can use Zapier to pull all that information out of there and put it into LionDesk and put it into all of your CRMs as well. This is good, and you guys are dropping some great stuff in the comments, and I appreciate all that stuff. We're gonna go through and actually see who the most engaged person was on here as well. So, guys, what I'd like you to do is drop any questions. We covered a lot here, and we went through, like, let's kind of review and recap a little bit about what we went over, and then if you guys have any questions, go ahead and throw those out down there. Dan, if you could grab the link, because since you guys made it here, like, you guys are impressive to have stuck around for an hour to listen to me, rant. What we're going to do is we're going to give you guys our chatbot template. Now, I'm going to share with you, it's on a little bit different of a program than what I showed you today, but it does all the same things. And so we're going to give that to you because you sat through it, and we need to create an individualized link. So Dan is going to drop that for you, and he's going to put that in there. But let's review what we actually went over today, and let's cover, what we talked about. So the biggest thing that we start out with is why you should care and why you should spend time there. I mean, 84% of 30-year-olds are on Facebook, right? 62% of senior citizens are there. Facebook hit 2 billion active users this year, so it's not going away. And your buyers, your sellers, your people are there. Just imagine if 62% of your senior citizens hung out at a physical place. Would you go there and start networking? Like, probably, right? So I think that's big. We also talked about why Facebook was so great, because it's cost effective, right? It's really a cost effective way to generate leads. I mean, you can create leads, you can generate relationships, you can generate conversations in a way that's free, or in a way that it was never really possible before, because you only had bench ads or you had commercials or radio spots, right? But in addition to also generating leads, you can become that celebrity. You can get that exposure where you can build that brand in your area and be known as, kind of the go-to person, right? In your particular area. And we talked about some pillars of Facebook, which is the first is that there's free leads. And we talked about that and, some different things that you can do. So the first was leveraging your personal profile, right? And we talked about some different ways that you can do that. And we talked about all the different ways in which, you can go through. And we talked about targeted adding, value posts. We talked about, engaging and being real with people. Second thing was we talked about Facebook Marketplace, right? That was a huge as well, because it's new and it's not going away. So Facebook is constantly trying to find new ways to keep people on their app. And so this is one of the things that they are leaking out slowly. And they're also putting a lot of effort into their new app, Facebook Local or Facebook Neighborhood. I don't remember what it's called, but this is going to be a growing thing. So that's huge. And the last is Facebook groups, right? Facebook groups generate, that you can use to generate leads. You can go in there and you can utilize those groups to find people that you can add and find people to build relationships with. Or in our group or in our course, we're going to talk about how to build a group, how to actually start a Facebook group that, builds a brand for your business and creates leads for you. So we covered all that. And then we talked about leads, or excuse me, we talked about ads. We talked about paid leads, right? And we talked about the 3 pillars there, making sure that it's a compelling offer, making sure that you have an eye-catching ad, and then that you have consistent follow-up. So, that was a lot, guys. Was it worth it? Was it worth the price of admission? Did anybody learn anything today? Katina says, can I post it? Yes, we can get this to you. We can post it. Biba says yes. Denise says yes. Awesome. So guys, I know Dan posted the link there, as well. So you guys can, go to that link to get the chat bot, and, we will send out a replay for that. That'll be available for about 48 hours, as well. And, we're going to go through and find out who was the most engaged person. So let's see if we can do this here. We can find out who was the most.
Well, you're doing that, Hector. 1 second here. So I posted that link, guys, and Tom says the link to the chat bot does not work. Tom, that link will actually take you back to your Facebook Messenger. So I know everyone gets kind of confused when they send it back to the Messenger. That's exactly what we want to happen. And then our assistant's actually going to come in and create all of you guys an individual link, so then you could actually claim your chatbot.
Sweet. So I just found out that we have a winner. Is Trevor, are you still on the call? Trevor, are you still on the call? I know that the last one you posted was about a minute ago. Trevor, you are the winner, my man. You are going to get a one-on-one consultation with one of the HD marketing team. And so congratulations. It looks like you posted 24 times and you squeaked out Jennifer, you squeaked out Denise by just a little bit. So Denise, you were number 2. You were so close. So congratulations, Trevor. Please reach out and we'll find a time where we can hop on with you guys. But for the rest of you guys, does anybody else want a one-on-one consultation? Because I know some of you guys asked like if we were taking on clients. We are not taking on clients anymore because frankly, there's just too many of you guys who have been asking for help. So that's why we actually wanted to create something a little bit different where we can show you, frankly, we just found that a lot of agents couldn't afford us. So we wanted to find something that a lot of agents could afford in a way that they could do it, for themselves. Is anybody interested in sticking around and hearing about the new program that we are releasing on Monday? Viva's down, Monica's down, Tammy's down. Okay, sweet guys. So here's the reality, right? We started doing this a while ago, and what we love about real estate and the reason why we wanted to we felt so strongly about sticking around with with you guys, frankly, is because you guys are so hungry for knowledge and you're so willing to learn about you just were so willing to learn. So I wanted to put together something where we could actually help you guys in a way that, made it a lot more, it was affordable and it was easy for you guys to do, and was something that you guys could implement at your own pace. So I want to share a little bit about what we put together. So I'm going to, first off, before I get into it, I do want to share what it's not though, because it's not like a real estate course. I know some of you guys said, do we work with the coach? There are tons of real estate coaches who will help you be better real estate like agents. What we are going to do is we're going to help you build and market your business. We're going to show you how to market, your real estate business. Because I even find that what a lot of real estate coaches do is they're like, all right, make 100 phone calls, knock on 1,000 doors, and it's like, that works to a degree, but at a certain point, if you want to build your brand, if you want to scale your business, if you want to grow, we're going to need to do things a little bit differently. And so that's kind of what I want to share, is that it's not like a real estate course. We're not going to tell you to, plan your GCI and to work, harder and to set your schedule. Like, that's not what this is about. It's also not like a reoccurring thing, right? It's not like a monthly thing. It's a one-time like tuition where people are going to get access for lifetime though. We are going to consistently be adding new modules. We're going to be consistently adding new content. And there's also a live monthly calls every month that you can hop on and ask questions with. We're going to have a Facebook group. We're going to be constantly asking questions. So it's going to be a living and breathing course, but it's something that you pay for once and you get forever. So there's no monthly fees, or it's not like you're going to be paying consistently. It's literally like you start in January, like you invest into this at the beginning of the year and you'll have it for forever. So what we wanted to be, big on that it's not going to be like a coaching program or anything like that. Third is that it's not like $1,000. I want to let you know right now, it's not $1,000. Okay. It's not $5,000. You guys can rest aside. I know that there are some real estate, and there's actually a really popular, real estate advertising course that's thousands of dollars. And we just want to let you know that it's not that. We really wanted to make it the affordable option for that, as well. Although it's not for everybody, it's really for people who want to take action. It's really ready for people who want to do more transactions this year, who want to do more business, and whether they are an agent and they're looking to scale their own individual business, or whether they're a broker and a team leader and they're looking to give this to a team member or give this to someone on their staff to be able to learn. I mean, we think that it's a really valuable thing, but it is not for everybody. And so that's why we only have a limited number of spots. There's only 35 spots that are available. And I think it looks like there's 48 people on. So literally, not even if all of you guys wanted it, like we couldn't even let everybody in. And the reason is because there's a live component to it. Everybody who joins is going to get a bunch of stuff. They're going to get a bunch of one-on-one time with us. And so we can't open it to everybody. So that's why we have to limit it to only 35 spots. And frankly, we weren't even going to open it until Monday, but because we had a lot of people who were like, what are we going to talk about? What's it going to entail? We wanted to at least do this live training here so that people could understand what the course is going to entail. And we're going to go through all these things in a lot more detail, right? Like, how to generate leads on Facebook, how to get exposure, how to generate stuff for free, that's going to be a big thing about it. So let's get into it. So the first thing is the course. And that's really what we're going to talk about is the pillars of Facebook, right? We're going to talk about paid leads. We'll talk about free leads. So it's going to be comprehensive. It's not just going to be about running Facebook ads. We're also going to show you about how you can generate leads completely for free. So kind of that digital door knocking concept, we're going to show you how to do that as well. So you're going to get the course. And the reason that we found that it was like we have a free group, and some of you guys are like, well, why am I going to pay you guys? Like, I don't even know you guys. And that's totally fine. We totally get that. What we've found is that's why we have the Facebook group. That's why we did the 12 days of Facebook ads. Like, if you are don't want to pay for something like this, there's no problem. But what we found is that when people invest into something, when people buy something, they get excited, they get motivated, they get committed. And it's like gambling, all of a sudden, if you're playing poker without any money on the line is literally the most boring thing ever. But even if there's pennies that are on the line, it just makes things fun. And so in that same sense, we find that when people, make a purchase and they commit, they actually commit, and actually it causes a change in them. So that's a big reason why we do that. But we know that information alone is useless. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to have monthly live calls where we are going to hop on with you guys and walk you through the strategies that we're using with our clients. We're going to ask you, answer all of your questions. We're going to highlight people who are having breakthroughs and having, how their successes. So it's really going to be a living and a breathing thing that it's not like, all right, you buy it and then, okay, figure it out. You're all on your own. I found that those are the worst kind of questions, and you can't always ask questions to a book, and you can't always ask questions to a YouTube video, and not everybody wants to go through and write a paragraph or an essay in a Facebook group. And so we find that these live calls really allow people to get the help that they want as they need it, right? So whether you're a beginner or whether you're an expert, these live calls are really the times where you can hop on and ask those questions that are most relevant for you as well. So we want to make sure that we are giving you guys, continued support. It's not just like a one and done type of thing. However, right, the third thing though is that we want to make sure that you guys know what to do, right? That you guys can actually implement it and kind of, execute this stuff without needing to start from zero. So what we're also going to do is we're also going to give you ad examples. So we're going to give you all the examples that you saw today. You're going to get pictures and you're going to get templates of those things, all the examples of all of our best buyer ads, all of our best seller ads, all of our open house ads. You're also going to get like walkthroughs of all of our follow-up sequences. So all of that stuff you're going to be able to just plug and play it right into your business. So that way you don't have to think up, anything by yourself. We really want to make sure that it's as templatable as possible. It's not going to be completely copy and paste. You're going to have to adjust a couple of things to adjust it to your area, but you are going to get all of our templates so that you can go out there and actually execute this. And I think about it, the reason is if this just sold you one more home, the course would pay for itself tenfold. If it just sold one more, if it was able to get you one transaction, you would come running and jumping up and down, to us and Dan because of the value that you're going to get versus the investment that you put into it. And the reality is that this whole Facebook thing is not going to go away. It's 2018 and Facebook is only getting bigger. It's only getting more powerful. And these tactics, whether you use them on Facebook or whether you use them on Instagram, what we're going to show you how to do is really market yourself in 2018 as well. So we're going to give you all of our best examples too. And the last thing though, right? The last thing is we want to make it easy for you. We just want to make it a no-brainer. And I've literally had people who have asked me for one-on-one consultations and I've turned them away because I don't have the time. I run two separate businesses. Dan has two separate, has this business. He has a whole separate thing going on. We don't do these things a lot. So we wanted to make it a no-brainer though. And we know that a lot of people need help, right? They need that personal attention because that was me when I started out. That was me when I got going in this particular space. I needed someone to say, hey, click here, do this, push that button. And that what really got me going, got me in a place where I can get on my feet. And then I was able to figure it out from there. So they're going to get it all, right? They get the course, they get the live calls. Every month we're going to do a live call. We're also going to have an exclusive Facebook group. So I didn't even put that on here, but we're also going to have an exclusive Facebook group where Dan and I are going to be constantly putting new content, constantly be putting our best performing ads, spending a lot of time answering the questions in there. So that those people, we just want to make sure that they succeed. So that's kind of what it is. And Denise says, can you follow the course at your own pace? Yeah, that's the beautiful thing is that you're going to get access to all this stuff. And then it's an invitation, not an obligation to any of these things. You'll be able to work through it at your own pace. You'll be able to work through it, pick it up when you need it, put it down when you have to. And the live calls will just be there. So whenever you want to jump back in, you can always jump back in as well. Let's see. So we had so any questions about that? And some of you guys obviously what's the price, right? What's the price? I do want to let you know that before I get into that, just before I forget, there is a 30-day guarantee right on that. So you get the course, you get the calls, you get all of our best ads and all of our best, as we keep creating new ads, we'll give them to you because we are, like I said, we're not taking on new clients. So the ones that are working for our current clients, we'll give you that are working. And we'll make sure that we sit down with you one-on-one and then also invite you to our Facebook group. So you're going to get all of that stuff. And we probably will end up bringing the price up after we close it off. But like I said, there's 35 spots that are open right now, and I lied. So we only have 20 spots available for the one-on-one consultations, but we'll just make it this way. If you guys join today, we will give you a one-on-one. So even if there's other people who still, you're the 21st one, we'll give you a one-on-one consultation. But you'll get all that, and literally the only thing that it is $497, right? So all that is $497. You'll get the course, the monthly calls, the ad examples, the consultations, the group, and if you don't like it and it's not worth it, let us know within 30 days and we'll get you all your money back. So the great thing is that it's a one-time, it's a one-time thing, and then after that, you have it forever. So the link is hdmarketing.solutions/course. I believe so. I believe that I did it correctly. I spelled that wrong, so you're just gonna have to do it again. Dan, if you could actually put that in there, I have it pulled up on my screen here. So I'm going to show you what's going to happen, or I'm going to show you what you guys would actually do here. And so let's see, it's this one here. And let's see what Brian has to say, because Brian's actually someone from our boot camp, so he recorded this awesome video. So let's see if he has anything good.
And let me tell you, it really got me going. Since I took the boot camp, in less than 4 weeks, I pulled in over 100 brand new leads.
Wow, guys, I did not mean to cut that off early by any means, but that last section there was Brian. We were just going to listen in on what he had to say about everything, guys. So for you guys who stuck around throughout the full entire thing and you're still interested in the course and want to learn more, feel free to reach out to me, but you could go directly to that tiny URL link that's in there, guys. So once again, this course is going to entail a private Facebook group. It's going to entail our ad swipes. It's going to entail example ads, monthly calls, and if you're within the next 15 to, I think, 13 to sign up, we're actually going to be doing consultations too, guys. We only have 13 spots left for the consultations, but it's going to be super, super fun. This course is going to be really killer, guys. We're expecting it to sell out instantly, like I've been saying, and we've dropped it. It's in the comments there with that tiny URL. It's in the description. And also, guys, if you're just tuning into this Facebook Live, go and watch from the beginning. This has the full training that we did from last night. So it has exactly everything, how to run ads, what types of things to utilize in order for you to grow your business here on Facebook. So what I need you guys to do right now is give this some likes, give it some hearts, and then go back. If you haven't watched this full video, go back and watch the full video, guys, because there is so much great information in here. Hector really laid it down. Really, really cool, guys. And it was a lot of fun. The training was a ton of fun. And I'll be running these replays more often. We're going to be doing another live training. We haven't announced exactly when that's happening. But right now, guys, the course is going to be open to only people who actually click on that link. And then we're going to be pumping out to 3,600 people. We only have a limited number of spots available. We actually have about 30 spots for the course and about 15 spots left for one-on-one calls. So if you want to get a part of it, you got to do it now. You got to take massive action. We're expecting this thing to sell out super, super soon, guys. It's going to be a ton of fun. So what I need out of you right now is just go click the link in the description or go click the link in the comments and go check it out. The course is going to be amazing, guys. And like Hector said, it's not going to be a recurring fee. It's a one-time fee of $497. And in that $497, you're going to get a student group. You're going to get ad swipes. You're going to get examples of what to do, targeting tips, questions, open access to the HD team, as well as, guys, monthly calls, which are super, super cool. So a lot of people have asked what's included in the course. It's going to be 7 modules. The modules are going to be really lead generation on Facebook and the follow-up systems that we use. We're going to cover landing pages. We're going to go over all those things as well. And it's going to be a step-by-step course. Press this, press this, press this. And it's going to explain a little bit why we press this, this, and this. But overall, guys, it's going to be super, super cool. Make sure you go and grab that. We're expecting it to sell out very soon. So go click the link in the description or in the comments. I'll see you all next time. Have a great Saturday night.